Grade 3, I'm glad you're here to do some comprehension with me today. So grab your booklet, grab a pencil, and let's get started. All right, grade 3, let's get started with our comprehension this morning. So for Friday, we are going to work on odd baby birds. So let's read it together, and it says, think about the colors of birds you have seen. So waxwings are small songbirds. They have pale yellow bellies and yellow tips on their tail feathers. Some young waxwings are odd because they look different from their parents. Those young birds have tail feathers with orange tips. Scientists have discovered why. The answer has to do with food. So I'm wondering if you've ever seen a bird with a tail feather with orange tips. Waxwings mostly eat berries. One kind of honeysuckle plant grows in some places. The plant's berries grow just for a short time. The berries have a strong red color. Some waxwings feed a lot of these red berries to their babies. Their babies might be growing tail feathers at that time. If they are, the red color settles in their tail feathers. Instead of having yellow tips like their parents, their feathers are tipped in orange. So that's interesting. I've never heard of that. So waxwings are small songbirds. Now, I can't move my phone right now because otherwise it'll mess up my setup here and you'll have to deal with a shaky teacher. But when this is done, I will add a video clip of me showing what a waxwing bird looks like. Okay, now let's keep going with our strategy practice. So think about the colors of birds you have seen. I used to have a green parrot named Mickey. He was called an orange-winged Amazon parrot, and he was pretty cool. So maybe I'll show you a picture of that too. So when I was a kid, I had a green parrot named Mickey. He was an orange-winged Amazon. Okay, maybe you have seen a cool bird color. In the fall, I saw a bright yellow bird in my backyard in Oakbank, and it's very odd or rare that we see bright colored birds in North America. And it was near the end of the summer, and he was just flying around in my garden, happy, checking out my raspberry bushes. So pretty interesting. Maybe even in Oakbank you might see some interesting colored birds. Okay, now it says tell a partner about the strangest bird you've ever seen. I'd have to say there are some pretty weird looking chickens. So if you ever go to a petting zoo, you might see interesting chickens. There are some that kind of look like they have feathers over their feet that make them look like they're wearing slippers. And I think that's the strangest bird I've ever seen. They're fancy chickens. All right. I wonder what strange birds you might have seen. Maybe you saw something at the zoo. Maybe you saw something on a trip. So go and tell someone today about a strange bird you have seen. Okay, let's keep going. Read each question. Fill in the bubble next to the correct answer. So 1, to have orange tip feathers, baby waxwings must A, have parents that look that way. Well, no, because the whole point is that they're different than their parents. That was the whole point of the passage. They have to eat one kind of red berry. So looking here, I think that's our answer because it says some waxwings feed a lot of those red berries to their babies. Their babies might be growing tail feathers at that time. If they are, the red color settles in their tail feathers. So yes, I think that's our answer, but let's read the other options just to be sure. They eat a lot of orange plants. Nope, it said they eat red berries. So that's not orange. And get red berries on their tails. Now, I don't think that's what they were saying. They're saying that they eat them, right? The waxwings feed those berries, red berries, to their babies, okay? And the babies are growing tail feathers at that time. If they are, the red color settles in their tail feathers. It actually happens from inside their bodies. So let's say B. All right, on to the next one. Which one is true about most adult waxwings? So I'm just gonna move my lamp and my paper. So which one is true about most adult waxwings? So most adult waxwings, I'm just going to read what they say about adult waxwings. So They have pale yellow bellies and yellow tips on their tail feathers. Okay, so those are the adults ones. They have, and you can't see where I'm pointing, but they have pale yellow bellies and yellow tips on their tail feathers. So the adult waxwings have, so they said that they can't always eat the red berries because the red berries only grow for a short time. Their tail feathers have orange tips. No, they have yellow tips. They eat mostly yellow bugs. No, nowhere in there did it say about yellow bugs. Their tail feathers have yellow tips. Oh, I can find that up here, right? Up here it says they have pale yellow bellies and yellow tips on their tail feathers. Okay, I feel like I found my answer. D. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Number 3, what question does the passage answer? So the passage is what we just read, and it's talking about why, let's just think, before we even look at the question, think about it. It's talking about why the babies have different colored tail feathers from the parents and why that happens. So why do waxwings feed their babies red berries? They don't answer that question. Why do some waxwings look different from their parents? I think that's the right one, but I'm going to read all the options. Why do plants have berries? Nope, doesn't talk about that. And why do birds have tail feathers? That's an interesting question, but this passage does not answer that question. All right, B is my answer. Number 4, based on what you read, what happens when the red and the yellow are mixed together? We've all done art. You guys have an amazing art teacher, and she's done some pastel blending with you guys. And think about blending your pastels. When you mix red and your yellow together, what happens? Okay, so they make orange? I think so. They make a bright yellow? No. They make a dark red? No. They make blue? No. All right, they make orange is our answer. All right, so that's our comprehension for today. I hope this was helpful. I hope that was helpful for you as you work through your comprehension. Remember that today is the last day of learning for this week, and then next week is spring break, so you get a week off of online lessons and homework assignments. But if you're bored, I recommend checking out Epic Books. You were sent a link to join the class for free from home. If that link isn't working, send me an email and we'll try to get it figured out for you so that you can have access to a library of books and videos to help you keep learning when you're at home and give you something new to look at. All right, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back the Monday after spring break for more comprehension learning.